The various nerve processes which connect the brain and spinal cord with sensory receptors, muscles and glands form the peripheral nervous system. It has two divisions. The somatic division effects voluntary control. The autonomic division influences those actions outside conscious control. Each division has afferent and efferent parts. In both, the afferent part comprises sensory neurons carrying impulses from receptors to the central nervous system. The efferent part of the somatic system is formed by motor neurons supplying mostly voluntary striated muscles. The efferent part of the autonomic system comprises pre- and post-ganglionic neurons and their ganglia, which supply smooth muscle, cardiac muscle, and glands. The peripheral nervous system comprises 12 pairs of cranial nerves and 31 pairs of spinal nerves and their branches. The spinal nerves are attached to the cord by two roots, dorsal and ventral. The dorsal roots contain afferent fibers connecting receptors to the spinal cord. Their cell bodies lie in ovoid swellings called ganglia, which characterize the dorsal roots. Each consists of two fascicles, medial and lateral, which fan out into up to 8 rootlets to enter the cord along the posterolateral sulcus. The ventral roots contain efferent fibers. All the roots contain somatic fibers, which supply striated muscle. The first thoracic to the second or third lumbar roots inclusive also carries sympathetic fibers, and the second to the fourth sacral roots parasympathetic fibers. The roots cross the subarachnoid space and leave through ostia in the dura mater. Close to the intervertebral foramina, just distal to the dorsal root ganglia, they unite to form the spinal nerves, then immediately divide into dorsal and ventral rami. The dorsal rami supply the muscles and skin of the dorsal region of the neck and trunk. The ventral rami supply the anterolateral trunk and the limbs. The thoracic rami remain largely segmental. The others unite near their origin to form plexuses, the cervical and brachial plexuses at the root of the upper limbs, and the lumbar and sacral plexuses at the root of the lower limbs. The skin over the entire body is supplied by spinal nerves. They innervate segments called dermatomes, which over the neck and trunk form consecutive bands. Injury to a spinal nerve, due for example to a prolapsed intervertebral disc, can cause loss of sensation in the area it supplies. The painful rash of shingles, caused by migration of the herpes virus along the branches of a spinal nerve, also follows a dermatomal pattern. In the trunk, however, the dermatomes overlap considerably, and the numbness caused by single nerve damage may be minimal. There may, however, be considerable pain in the dermatome. Voluntary striated muscles are also innervated segmentally. Each individual muscle usually receives impulses from 2 or 3 adjoining spinal segments, so that injury to a single spinal nerve may cause weakness, but complete paralysis is unlikely. The integrity of certain spinal segments can be assessed by eliciting simple reflexes in the muscles they supply. The patellar tendon, or knee-jerk reflex, for example, is innervated by lumbar segments 2, 3, and 4.